What if I lose my balance while riding an electric trike? Stick around to find out. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry, and today we're going to talk about what happens if you lose your balance while riding an electric trike. Now, before I get into it, hit that subscribe button below. Stay in touch with us here at 630. Be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. All right, got 3 electric trikes here, simple glide, relaxed body. If you want to check them out, they're linked in the description below. Now, if you are looking to get an electric trike, one of the reasons may be because you have balance issues or you don't have the balance that you once had. And maybe that is a huge concern is you want to be safe, you don't want to tip over, but you're concerned, what if I am on a trike and I lose my balance while I'm out riding? Well, if you have a real severe fear of balancing or tipping, my number one suggestion is opt for a trike with a wider wheelbase or a fatter tire or a recumbent style. The reason I say that is because those are going to be more stable than a more compact upright trike. You can see all 3 of these versions here. They have longer frames, and the Simple Glide in the front has 4-inch wide tires. The Relaxed Body has 3-inch wide tires. Now, with the wider, the longer frame and the lower center of gravity, they stay much, much more balanced and safe, especially around turns. And there's minimal risk to tipping. And I kind of have these in the order of stability. So number 1, most stable, number 2, and these are kind of tied for number 2, to be honest. So you can see with the length of the frame plus these fat tires, and I've done lots of test rides and lots of people give feedback, definitely the most stable trike, I believe, in the marketplace because of the wheel positioning and the fatness of the tire. So if you're someone that is concerned about losing your balance when out for a ride, you want to be on a trike that hands down won't have that risk of tipping. These 3 are it. Number 1 is right here. Now, what happens if you do lose your balance? Well, one thing I've seen happen is not actually tipping over the entire trike, but I've seen sometimes when people lose their balance, they actually slide off of the seat. So that is a risk as well. If you lose your balance and maybe you start tipping, maybe you fall off the seat, but the actual trike doesn't tip over. If that's a concern, opting for a wide seat like this with a backrest where you have armrests that can keep you tucked in and safe so you don't fall out is a really good option. Now, if you were on more of a compact upright trike and all of a sudden you do lose your balance, if you hold on to the grips and you start leaning a direction, at that point, the trike will tip over. So if, there's no good way actually to tip or fall, but I was gonna say, if you do lose your balance, if you let go of the grips, it would be just you falling off versus taking the whole trike down on top of you, because I have seen that happen, unfortunately, where somebody takes a turn too fast and they start to tip, and because they're holding on here, as they tip, they actually pull everything over on top of themselves. So now, in a split-second decision, are you gonna be able to remember to let go of the handlebars? Probably not. So that's why it's better off to try to find a trike that's not going to tip over and is going to be stable. And even if you lose your balance, no big deal, right? So these 3 are prime examples. If you do lose your balance while out riding on an electric trike, it should be no big deal, shouldn't matter at all, unless in the process of losing your balance, you start to do something crazy with the handlebars, right? But if you lose your balance, you want something that's going to stay balanced even if you can't steer it. And really, that's the advantage of trikes, right? That's why more people opt for the 3-wheel version of a bike when they have balance issues, because if you lose your balance on a 2-wheel bike, of course, the bike can't save you at all. You're tipping over, right? Because it requires you to keep that bike upright. Trikes, nothing required for you, right? You can just sit down, and the beauty of it is you lose your balance, no big deal, right? The bike trike stays balanced. So Again, if you're on a compact, more upright trike and you're going around a turn and all of a sudden you lose your balance, there is some inherent risk there, obviously. That's why being on the safest possible, lowest center of gravity trike is advantageous if that is a fear for you. If you're fearful that you may lose your balance while out for a ride, you want to be on something that you'll be insured will stay with 3 wheels planted on the ground at all time. Now, don't forget, all 3 of these trikes are linked in the description below. It's our Simple Glide 750 watt fat tire, Simple Glide 500 watt with a standard tire, and our Relaxed Body. These have 3-inch wide tires. They're all linked in the description if you want to check them out. If you have any other comments or questions, please comment below or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. In addition to that, excuse me, we offer a 30-day test ride your e-trike policy. If you don't love it in the first 30 days, send it back. No questions asked, no money out of your pocket. Also, we warranty everything for 1 year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we take care of it, parts and labor. And if you want to come out for a test ride, we are in San Clemente, California. Come test ride any or all of our trikes before you purchase to ensure you're making the right choice. Also, join our community. We have a Facebook group called 630 Pedalers. Join the group before you purchase to talk to existing riders to ensure you're making the right choice. Then when you have yours, post in the group, make friends, and finally download the app to track your ride and compete on the leaderboard. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey or experience. Enjoy the ride.